lot of times you're going to want to have a user maybe run a Python script for you, but not go in and edit it and fix it and all that stuff. So you might have to pass information through to your Python script when the person calls it. When they type Python 3, then the name of the script, then they can add something else. In this case, for this example, in this video, I'm going to pass a file name through so that you don't have to go in and edit a file name, save it, and then rerun it and all that stuff. You can just add the file name as you call out the program. This has a special name, argv. If you're a C programmer, you might be familiar with argv. It's one of the input arguments to a C program as well. It's just the way operating systems in general work, both PC-based DOS operating systems and all Linux and Unix and Mac operating systems have this feature of having an argv when you make a call from a command line or terminal. In Python, it's part of system. And so we're going to learn a little bit about the module or package system, SYS. So those are the two things we're going to learn in this video. All right, first, we're going to start just by searching for CMD in the search bar, and up comes the command prompt. We click on that, and then we get in the right folder, CD OneDrive, CD Desktop, CD Python code. I want to make a project, so I do make project file 3. This is the third of our file program, our file videos. And then I go into the file manager and I look there and I can see file3.py was made. It's just this hello world Python script. I want to take all of the data files that I gave you in the data folder, 010, 0100, 01000, 01 million, 010 million, all of them. Just put them all in there as well. And so go into data, copy, and go into this file 3 folder and paste them all in there as well. And now we're ready to get started. I double click on file3.py and it comes up in Notepad++. First, before I do anything, I just want to do a very simple program that doesn't do anything about calculating the average or loading data or anything. I want to import sys. This is the system module package. And then I want to print what's in argv, right, to show you guys what's argv. And so the way to do that is I'm going to say argument list, comma, and then I'm going to turn sys.argv into a string and then print out the string. So that's what these two lines do. I save them. I go into I go back into the command prompt and I type Python 3, file3.py space, and then 010.txt, the name of the input file I'm thinking about loading in eventually. You can see that the argument list is just a list with two arguments. The first argument is the name of the Python script, file3.py. The second argument is 010.txt. They're both strings. So argv0 is the name of the file, the name of the Python file script, and argv1 is the name of this data file that we're passing through. So that's how we get access to it. We're going to call it argv1. That's how argv is going to work. Good? Okay, so then the next step, I go back to Notepad++. I go back to file2.py. I copy everything in file2.py, Control A, Control C, and then I go into file3.py and I could do Control A, Control V, and then I take out that argument list thing. I don't need that command anymore, the printing out the list. And so that's gone. And then instead of having file name equals 010.txt, I just say file name equals sys.argv square brackets 1. That's the difference. Everything else is the same. So let's see if it works. We save that, and then we go back to the command prompt, and then we run it with 010. So Python 3 space file3.py space 010.txt. And lo and behold, it gives us the exact same answer. If I want to run it with 100, let's run it with the 100 file. So I run it with o100.txt, python3 space file3.py space o100.txt. I just up arrowed and just added a 0 is what I really did, right? And it prints it out. It prints out all 100 numbers. Ooh, I don't want to do that for the 10 million numbers. I'm going to have to fix the code, right? So I go back into Notepad++. I just comment out the print data line and print type data line. I don't need to know that anymore. We know that it works. And so the only thing that this program is going to do is just print out the average value of whatever the file is. Good. Okay, so then I save that. I go back. I rerun o100.txt, and lo and behold, it just gives me the average. Then I do o1000, o1,000,000, and o10,000,000. The o10,000,000 took about 6 seconds. It took a while, right? I do this same example in C, by the way, to get the average of 10 million numbers. If you remember the challenge video at the beginning, the motivational video at the beginning, that was way too big for something like Excel to handle. In just a few lectures, we figured out how to get the average of 10 million numbers, and it was super easy. It's easier in Python than it is in C even, by the way. And moreover, NumPy, the mean of NumPy, doesn't have to be reconfigured for larger data sets or anything like that. It just runs right, regardless of how big the data file is. That's powerful. NumPy has been written very well, and so I have a lot of confidence that the average value coming out is going to be the right average value. That's pretty good. This sort of is the end of me trying to convince you that it's a good idea to learn how to code. Holy crickets, it was so easy to get to a point where Excel could never, ever, ever do, and we did it just like that. Just a few lines of code, and we've learned how to do calculations on really, really big data sets. Python is so worth learning.